Welcome back to another episode of See the Little Things. If you have been following us for a while now, you might have noticed that we spent the whole summer sailing Greece. We moved aboard our beloved Blue without really knowing what we were getting ourselves into. Hoping to quickly adjust to a wobbling lifestyle without getting seasick all too often. Figuring out how to move a 6-ton boat without causing anyone or anything any harm has had its ups and downs. But after having sailed about 1,500 nautical miles, exploring the Ionian, sailing through the Gulf of Patras, going through the Corinth Canal, making it all the way to Mykonos and back to the Ionian, going around the Peloponnese, we are starting to feel more confident and comfortable. But before we sit down and relax too much, it's time for a new challenge. After 6 months, we're leaving our beloved Greece behind, where finding a safe anchorage seems oh so easy, and head for a long open coastline and our first night sail. Greece was the perfect place to learn the ropes and probably the most beautiful sailing country in the Med. Let's see if we can use our newly acquired knowledge on the more open waters of the Med and find out which natural beauties Italy and beyond has to offer. But first, sail with us, subscribe and see the little things along the way. You won't regret it, I promise. Now let's go back to Lefkas, where we try to navigate our way through a channel and past the bridge in the dark, towards Paxos.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We are at Lefkas Bridge again, but probably for the last time. We just crossed the bridge right now. It's pitch black, but there are some lights. A boat anchored right in front of the bridge, so he had to go up and backwards because the bridge couldn't open. And it's the last time we see Lefkas, because now we head west. First we go towards Paxos, Corfu. So in a few days, when everything's alright, we're gonna cross towards Italy. We're gonna go to Rochella or Castello, depending on the winds, starting from the north end of Corfu. So that's our first new country actually in 6 months. But Greece was so nice, and people said it wouldn't get better than that, so we stayed. But now we come.
After we safely navigated our way past the bridge, we had to motor for a couple of hours. We just sat down and enjoyed the pretty view and calm seas. The weather forecast had predicted we would get east winds from the mainland starting around sunrise. Luckily for us, the forecast was right this time, and we could set our sails around 7:30. Before we arrived in our anchorage for the night, on the west side of Paxos, we saw something in the water. At first we thought it was dolphins, although they seemed to behave a bit strange. So we stopped to check it out, and it turned out to be a dining seal.
I think it's a seal. It's eating. It actually has a massive fish. You see it? Hello! Oh, it's quite big. Is the fish still not dead? It is really eating it. Oh god, that's so cool.
We only had a short stop here in Antipaxos and left for Corfu before the sun had come up the next day. The right winds were coming and we didn't want to miss them.
Are you ready to do this, baby?
I think so. I'm a bit nervous though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm also very excited. I look forward to sailing in the dark.
Yeah.
I want to see the stars when we sail, and because there's no full moon, which is good and bad. We can't see anything, but you can see all the stars.
Oh god, it's gonna be so fucking scary.
I know. But it'll be cool. And it's like next level for us, right? I want to pick up anchor and go. I mean, we said we go at 6. It's 5 to 6.
Let's go.
Time pretty good, right?
6 in the evening we are in Corfu on the west side of the island, big anchorage. And today we are leaving for Italy. We're gonna go to Leuca. It's a 60-mile sail. The only window we have is tonight. The winds are coming now, so we can actually not motor. It's gonna be 10 to 15 knots if everything's according to the forecast.
Should be.
And it's our first overnight sail. Oh my god, I'm so excited. We prepared, we have food, we have lights, we have snacks, we have
life jackets with tethers.
Yeah, we have tethers. We cleaned up, we have nice comfortable living areas, sleeping areas. We have a reefed main because we did not fix the mast glider. And it's gonna be 12 hours.
This is gonna be our last moment in Greece.
Yeah,
after 6 months.
Oh, it's way too long.
Yeah, but maybe we need a goodbye or something.
Yeah. Bye, Greece. We're free. Anchor's off. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Bye, Greece. Bye. Thank you. There we go. 10 past 6. Ground wind's picking up. It's not like we have light for another 3 hours, but then darkness comes and it's there to stay for another 10.
Bye, Greece. It's been good fun. Now we're off.
Okay.
Here we go. Woo! Let's see if the 6.7 we did now are gonna go. How much are gonna go down? Woo! The silence. I like the silence when the engine goes off. You?
Yeah.
So it stopped at 5.5 knots. That's what we're doing. Let's hope we can keep that up for a while.
Drink.
Look at my nice cup. I love the sea and flamingos. Last time looking at Greece. Oh god, our engine, babe. That's lucky that there's a bimini holding it.
It's a good start, huh?
Yeah. Again, bye Greece. It is not the most comfortable sail right now because we have to go really high beam reach to make our course, and we're actually not making it, so we're going quite a bit off course, about 15 degrees, and the waves are coming from the side and we're kind of slamming them all the time. But we're doing 6.1 knots, so according to avionics, we'll actually be there at 4:30 in the morning. Hopefully the winds will turn a bit more north instead of so west, so we can actually make it up to our destination. Otherwise we'll end up in the middle of nowhere where we don't want to be. How are you feeling?
Great. It's a great sail ahead of us. Amazing. When it's dark, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
You can see the stars. I don't know. It's a bit cold, moist.
Very moist.
So.
Look how wet this is. Just soaking wet. See that? Put the spray hood up. Give ourselves a little bit of wind shadow.
And keep eating and drinking.
Yeah. Darkness soon.
Change coming, it's inevitable.
As As soon as the sun disappeared behind the horizon, it got even colder and stickier. It took the first shift, so Alex tried to get some sleep with the sound of slamming waves and cracking wood hammering his ears. We were happy we took a reef in the mainsail because the wind did not go under 20 knots all night, giving us a fantastic, albeit a bit uncomfortable speed of 6.5 knots. Surprisingly enough though, we could see way more than I expected at night. When the stars aren't in competition with artificial lights, they do a pretty good job lighting up the world around you. As the night progressed, the winds got more and more west instead of north, which wasn't what we wanted. Time for a new plan. The weather predictions we downloaded before we left had told us there wasn't going to be any winds at all the coming days, meaning we would have to use the engine to do the 90-mile stretch to get from Leuka to Crotone. After a lot of contemplation, reading pilot books and calculations, which sounds easy now, but trust me, it wasn't at night, we decided to adjust our course around 1 o'clock and use the winds until morning to get as far south as possible. According to our calculations, we would still have to use the engine for about 10 hours following this route, but even if the calculations were a bit off, it would still be less than the 18 hours we'd need for the 90-mile stretch.
Everything's so sticky. We made it through the night.
New destination, La Castella. New distance, 150 miles. Lesson learned for today: sailing is all about following the wind and adjusting your plans along the way.
We have a little hitchhiker on board. We're very far out. We have no cell phone reception. Alex forgot to tell his mom and dad that we're going further, so they might be worried. And look, this is who's coming with us now. Hello. Tired of flying,
Everything is still the same. A roller coaster, a zero-sum game. We try to talk as friends.
Show me that Greek flag.
Oh, there we go. We've been too long, huh?
Yeah, we used it well.
Yeah, we did.
Our first sunset in Italy.
I know you miss Greece. Italy's nice too.
Yeah, we're not yet in Italy.